Hello, today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who's brand new Regeneration set from Character Options. First we can take a look at the packaging. You've got this lovely white box here. It's really stylish. You've got the brand new logo, of course based off John Pertwee and Tom Baker's eras. Of course down here you've got a little window so you can see the title, the Regeneration set, two-figure collection. On top you have an alternate version of their brand new logo, which I've seen used before in Big Finish audio dramas. You've got the same on this side, and at the bottom you've got all your important stuff. Let's open it up. Okay, so inside we've got, of course, Jodie Whittaker here, dressed in her Power of the Doctor, sort of jumbled together of the different Doctor's outfits, and brand new David Tennant's 14th Doctor figure. Whether he will be the 14th Doctor or not, we are yet to find out. So, in here, of course, you've got on the window, you've got a little brief description for each Doctor. That's pretty awesome. And then, of course, you've got a lovely window here so you can see the figures. I don't know if this is intentional or just on mine, but they're both sort of looking away from each other, which I think is really quite cool. I don't know how well you can see it, but let's get them open. Inside you've got this cool regeneration fire effect, so I just wanted to show that off. Let's take the figures out. So to start off with the brand new Jodie Whittaker figure, I'm going to bring in my pre-existing Jodie Whittaker, which is actually from the brand new B&M set, just for a comparison. So, as we can see, her hair is actually, I mean, of course that goes in with the price of these sets in comparison, but the hair is a lot more fluorescent on the B&M version of the figure, and in general the paintwork is, as with the price, a lot better. As for posability, she retains the up and down ball jointed neck, which is quite nice to see. We've also got a 360 degree in the arms. And then here at the top of the arm you've got a 360 degree, of course. There is a 90 degree there at the elbow. The hand goes all the way. Oh, there's a 360 on the hand. The legs kick out your standard level, and there is, it's a bit difficult in the costume with the jumper, but the legs do kick out forward, and there is a 90 degree at the knee as well. So what I find interesting about this figure is, of course, you've got the return of the Jodie Whittaker head sculpt, but also, if we have a look here, it appears to be the same mould for Peter Davison's celery there. As for an interesting debate people were having at the time about the costume is, what Doctor are the shoes from? If we have a look at the shoes here, I would like to compare them to this Time of the Doctor Matt Smith figure. Apologies for the lighting, but you can see they're really close, the shoes there. Something else I'd like to point out is there isn't a ball jointed shoulder, which is something that we've started to see on newer figures, and I'd have thought with the price of this one, they'd at least, with all these new moulds, they'd at least have bothered to give her a ball jointed shoulder, which is, again, with the B&M version, doesn't have a ball jointed shoulder, which is a shame, but it's definitely not unusual, as the brand new Christopher Eccleston figure also doesn't have a ball jointed shoulder, but the returning Night of the Doctor Paul McGann does. So overall, if we want to look at the painting, it's actually really good, especially considering some of the quality we've got over the years for these Character Options figures. But honestly, it's really tight. I haven't really noticed any errors, which is unusual, especially with, well, the B&M range. You notice errors all the time, but truly I've got to say it is outstanding, and of course it's a really good likeness as well. Of course, finally the main event is the brand new 14th Doctor figure here, which is the first brand new David Tennant head mould we've had since 2005, I believe. So, especially considering Character Options is re-releases. So if we take a look, of course, he's got the brand new torso mould there, and a brand new head sculpt of David Tennant, which I've got to say I like much more now I've seen it in person than I did on all of the promotional images. I'm quite happy with it. Of course, mine appears actually to have came with a bit of neck damage from the head being turned, which certainly isn't me. I've just got them out the box. But yeah, well, let's take a look. Of course, I think this is Captain Jack's jacket, if I'm right. If not, it's a completely new mould, but I think I've seen some people call for it being Captain Jack's jacket. So let's, actually, just for fun, let's take a look here at the original 2005 David Tennant. Now, of course, yeah, they've got a different jacket, different torso mould, different head, but you can definitely see a clear improvement here. However, something interesting I'd quite like to point out is that they both seem to share the same leg mould, down to the shoes as well. If you can see the creases on the trousers, try and readjust the lighting, it's actually the same leg mould, which I think is really quite interesting. But of course, it is cheaper to reuse parts when it's available. Yeah, I really like this figure. I think it's really cool. First, let's take a look at its articulation. So, of course, you've got a 360 in the head. Here, actually, I brought it with the Jodie Whittaker figure because his arms are on a ball there, you can see, which is very interesting. It's the first David Tennant figure, I think. We might have had one in the 13 Doctors set, possibly, but I might be wrong on that. But this could be one of the first David Tennant figures with this sort of arm. You see, of course, this bit is just a 360, the elbow at 90 degrees, the hand 360 as well. The legs come out wide and kick forward as well, and the coat is a lot less restricted than Jodie Whittaker's. And 90 degrees at the knee, and the feet don't turn at all because, you know, they don't really need to. Yeah, so I'd quite like to take a look at the different David Tennant head moulds we've gotten over the years. So if we take a look here, you've got this original Christmas Invasion Series 2 David Tennant head mould, and you have this, I think it's Series 4, I got this in a B&M pack when I was little and I cut the glasses off. And then here you've got a 42 Spacesuit David Tennant and a regular Spacesuit David Tennant, and then in the back you've got the brand new David Tennant. So overall, I do think it's probably one of the most accurate David Tennant head sculpts we've actually had. I don't know if I just have a bad selection of figures, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. Just to do a size comparison, here's Death to the Daleks Dalek. They're slightly taller than that. They're not as tall as our Series 9 Capaldi. They're also not as short as Patrick Troughton. Also, here's an Earthshock Cyberman and a Weeping Angel, just because. So that's my review of these brand new figures. It's my first time trying a review like this, so let me know what you think. I'm really happy with this release. The packaging's really stylish. I'm definitely going to be keeping them in that, but I might line them up with the rest of the figures just, you know, for old time's sake. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this release, and yeah, see you in the future.